Versatile Mage. Chapter 52 Magic Equipment. Bone Scythe Shield. The chief instructor also forced a smile. The berserk summoned beast was killed by Mo Fan. Zhu Musheng, Zhang Jianguo, Luo Yunbo, and Bai Yang, the instructors and teachers, were all astonished. The person with the most intense reaction to this was naturally the summoner, Bai Yang. He looked at this barely second-year high school student as his chin almost dropped to the ground. "My spirit wolf was killed by you?" Bai Yang asked without confidence. Mo Fan nodded. For a moment, Bai Yang's expression turned extremely strange. One could tell that this summoner's heart had collapsed. A magnificent spirit wolf was single-handedly killed by a student participating in his first practical. Shit, if he knew this would be the result, then Bai Yang would much rather believe the spirit wolf was as stupid as a rabbit, hitting a rock by itself. This was too insulting for the spirit wolf's pride. Instructor Bai Yang had lost his spirit. Presumably, he wouldn't be able to calm down even if he were to write a paper. A huge waste. There would be nothing more wasteful than this for the rest of his life. It took a squadron about 2 months and an immeasurable amount of resources and manpower to finally subdue the spirit wolf. However, it was killed by a second-year high school student. How could these instructors possibly endure that? Each of the students was increasingly more dumbstruck. They were very clear on how abnormal this spirit wolf was. They knew it would be a one-sided massacre. However, Mo Fan was the same as them, a second-year high school student. He relied on his own powers to kill the spirit wolf. Kneel. Really have to kneel. The other thing, I'll tell you some good news. Due to Mo Fan completing this impossible mission, you, the students of the elite class, will all receive grade A. Chief Instructor Zhang Kong said to all the students. Really, thank God, if I get an A, then I will definitely be able to enter a good magic university. Mo Fan, you are simply my greatest benefactor. I will definitely repay you when I'm rich. Mo Fan, do you have a girlfriend? A girl who was saved by him asked with a whisper as she blushed. Mo Fan, do you need a boyfriend? In an instant, Mo Fan became everyone's hero. After all, not only did he save everyone's lives, he even made it possible for everyone to receive grade A on their extremely important practicals. Zhao Kunsen was going to make a few more sarcastic remarks, but he was met with fiendish gazes from the surroundings. Those words, he swallowed deeply. Mu Bai's face was still extremely ugly. He was the first person to use magic, however, it was ineffective. Then he was struck unconscious by the spirit wolf. In the end, his limelight was stolen by Mo Fan. Aye. Did you hear? That bounty was completed by a student. It seems like Bai Yang's spirit wolf was directly slaughtered by a student. Don't bullshit. We all know of the spirit wolf's prowess. If a student completed it, then I will eat the bounty liquid crystal, an incredibly bulky captain of a squad said. Then you should go and eat it. Pan Lijin swept her gaze across that man as she suddenly spoke up. Go look for yourself, the bounty has been completed. The veterans in the stronghold all raised their heads. Sure enough, they discovered the bounty was flashing, completed, and beneath it said, Tianlan Magic High Second Year Student, Mo Fan. Damn, this youngster sure is courageous. In an instant, the veterans within the stronghold were all stunned. The face of the person who said he'd eat a liquid crystal turned exceedingly ugly. Holy crap, there really was a student who completed a bounty they themselves would not be able to complete. Soon enough, the news had spread across the stronghold. Except for the battle mages of Bo City, most of the people in the stronghold were hunters who wandered the mountains. These hunters relied on bounties and killing magical beasts to survive. After hearing this news, each of the veterans within the stronghold felt a bit ashamed. The ones who ridiculed the students the most at the time were exactly these people. That magical equipment, the defensive magical equipment. The bald meddler hastily asked. Boss Zhang Kong is having a headache right now. He never prepared magic equipment because everyone knew the students would not be able to complete this. Boss Zhang Kong is a very trustworthy person, he should be buying defensive magic equipment to give to the student, Pan Lijian said. This student has made a huge profit. Even Boss Zhangkong's heart is bleeding. Us who have gone through fire and flames would not necessarily attain defensive magic equipment. Sigh. Speaking of which, could that kid be the young master of some super ancient family? His body must be covered in luxurious adornments. How else would he be able to go up against the magical beast? Bullshit, he's just a common student. I heard that his dad is just a driver who delivers goods to our stronghold. That really is too abnormal. We've always been in a group when we fight against a magical beast. Within a stone house, Chief Instructor Zhangkong's hands were clasped onto a case as a painful look crossed his face. Shit, that sinister merchant's starting offer for this bone scythe shield was 550,000. Zhangkong cursed. On the side, Luo Yunbo, Pan Lijian, and Bai Yang said nothing. A few battle mages were smiling to themselves. Normally within this stronghold, their boss Zhangkong would beat them till cuts and bruises were all over their bodies. Who would have known there'd be a time where even boss Zhangkong would have a headache too? The bone scythe shield, this thing was really not cheap. It took quite a lot of boss Zhangkong's salary. He had promised a reward himself this time. Thus, the government would definitely not cover it. Call the kid over. Humph. Zhangkong ordered, still in a bad mood. Boss, I've been here this entire time. Mo Fan raised his hand as he spoke up. Boss Zhangkong's head wasn't very clear. When Zhangkong saw Mo Fan, he felt somewhat angry. He still had no idea how exactly Mo Fan had killed the spirit wolf. Take it. Zhangkong handed the bone scythe shield over to Mo Fan. Chief Instructor, could you let go, please? Mo Fan asked. Zhangkong's mouth twitched before he finally let go. After Mo Fan received this treasure, he felt excited from head to toe. Facing a magical beast this time made Mo Fan realize one point. Just having attack power was not enough. Any magician who only knew how to attack would get killed by a magical beast in a single hit. However, if you had some defensive magic equipment, then it would truly be a treasure during this time that he hadn't learned a single defensive magic spell. Kid, if you can't find a suitable job after you've graduated, you can come here and report to me, Zhangkong said as he tried to present himself as a gentleman. Even if his heart was reluctant, Zhangkong had no choice but to admire this youngster's courage and quick thinking. The reason why so many magicians had been defeated by a magical beast was due to their thought processes. They didn't understand how to properly use their limited magic spells. Indeed, within the level of primary magician, all the mages could only possess a single skill. But there were many ways to use a single spell. This kid had already grasped the true essence of magic, which many veteran mages haven't truly understood yet. Chapter end. Please guys like, comment, share, and subscribe.